Alright, man. So we back on the Alright Man channel. Like, share, subscribe if you got the time. If you don't, I don't give a damn because this channel still ain't monetized yet, but it will be eventually. Alright, so check it out. Olivia Dope from the hit podcast See the Thing Is on the Joe Budden Network issues this statement, basically saying sayonara to the See the Thing Is podcast, which is under the Joe Budden Network. So look, I knew this was gonna happen, and I didn't even watch the podcast. I didn't even get invested in it. I saw it coming. Like, I saw it. One, because the podcast didn't really strike me as something that I wanted to watch. But at the same time, it was just how Joe interacted with them when they got pissed off at him for basically promoting the Karen Civil and Ming Lee podcast as if it was bigger than See the Thing Is. He actually got on there and called them bitches. Whether he was joking or not, you're a boss. You can't call your employees bitches like that. Not on camera. Because then their friends going to look at that and be like, really? You let your boss say that? Then their family's going to say, really? You let your boss talk to you like that? Even if he's joking, they'll say, really? Then they're going to look at his track history with women. And then they're going to ask you, this is somebody you want to work for? I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that anybody's decision is predicated on what their family or their friends think. But, I mean, it has a hell of an influence. Anyway, so she issued this statement. And when I first saw it, I thought to myself, yeah, she didn't even mention Joe. She didn't even mention the Joe Budden Network. She just said it was a chapter closing. And, you know, she's probably going to start her own podcast. I don't know. I personally think Karen Civil is going to leave the Joe Budden Network and start her own podcast network in like 3 to 6 months. I mean, Joe is not a good businessman when it comes to this shit. Just from my opinion, and I've been following Joe since 2004. I'm talking about literally grew up kind of just like watching Joe like from afar, like, oh, okay, cool. He's in fucking Def Jam Vendetta and he has the Pump It Up song, and now he's doing the mood music, and now he's doing all the freestyles, and he got Charles Hamilton in the freestyles. Okay, now he's doing the Joe Budden TV on YouTube, and he's dropping records with fucking Wiz Khalifa and French Montana, and he's doing all this shit, and he's doing the BT Cyphers. Now he's doing a podcast that Rosenberg told him he should do or some shit. I don't fucking know. I just remember Rosenberg helped him out with the podcast. Anyway, coming back to this. Having an all-female podcast, man, you can't go in there and call your employees bitches. Come on, man. First off, that's just not cool. Then recently on the Patreon, you said your dick keeps him in check. Even though I know he's just letting it all hang out letting it all hang out on Patreon and just being explicit with the paywall and all that shit and saying what's really on his mind. You can't say shit like that, man. It gets back to these women, bro. You still are in the times of Me Too. It might be a comfortable environment, but it comes off a way to people that don't know your sense of humor, who might just want to listen to the podcast just to see what it's all about. So, I think that this is not a shocker. And I think it's more to come from this shit. So I either suggest Joe to get his shit together and just say, hey, look, I apologize if I offended anybody that's working for me, or just basically just come out and just, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do in these situations. I'm making these videos from my house, but I'm just looking from the outside in, and it's like, it looks like a sinking ship is about to happen. Hopefully not, because I don't want to see a black man go down. I don't. I like to see the black man win, but Joe, I think he's a little power drunk right now. He thinks he's like more than what he is. This is the first thing that's actually been really successful for Joe and paid more than rap, and I think it surprised the shit out of him. Now I think he's trying to be Diddy of the podcast game. And I don't think it's that. You're not Joe Rogan. You're Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? Go find another male podcast and put that on, because that's what you're good at, putting the male perspective out there, not necessarily the female perspective. But I understand, equal opportunists. You're trying to put the women in position too. I get it, Joe. But that's not your strong point. It's not. Look at Marissa Mendez. That's why it's an all male podcast now. You remember how you treated Marissa Mendez when she left? Remember how it came off away? Look at your history with women in relationships, bro. But, you know, it's just my opinion. It's kind of like, man, I don't know. Maybe you need to appoint somebody in a different position. I don't know. I'm not going to discuss his business, but it's just from the outside looking in, it looks kind of crazy, man. If you don't think I know what I'm talking about, if you think I'm just rambling about some bullshit, hey, it is what it is. This channel is about my opinion, and I really don't care about yours. But at the end of the day, man, you get into the comment section and let me know how you feel. This is the Alright Man channel. Like, share, subscribe if you got the time. If you don't, I don't give a damn, because this channel still ain't monetized yet. Peace.